Hi, this is Kevin Taylor. I'm the CEO of Moray Group, and today I'm going to talk to you about the LSR Pro, which is our spot repair, LightRay Spot Repair system for sewer and storm pipes on the 3-inch to 6-inch diameter for both residential and commercial properties. The neat thing about this system is that it's utilizing a UV system, so there's no temperature, there's no mixing, there's no chemicals. Basically, you take the Pro, the packer, the Pro comes with a 4-inch and a 6-inch standard packer. And this is for the spot repair to be placed around the packer like a burrito. And then with the LightRay Pro, you can take the air push power rod, approximately 90 feet, which supplies 24 volt DC to the packer, provides the power to the lights, and provides the air for inflation. Very simple system, easy to use, no time constraints because it's using a UV resin. Very simple operation since it's 24 volt DC. So basically you have the control box. Inside the control box there's a mechanism for the air supply to come in to inflate, a separate unit for the vacuumation to work so that the unit can be vacuumed while being inserted into the pipe, a switch for activating the lights, and basically the control is everything that you can see in here: the pressure, the voltage amps, on and off, the lighting power. So it's supplied by a 110 volt power supply converting to 24 volts DC. As you can see, the lights are on, the power's on. Inside the mechanism box or control box, essentially there are two valves. The lower one is for the air control to inflate the packer. Close that valve, open this valve, switch your air line to the next side up, which is the vacuum, and we'll show you how that's done. That will provide vacuum in through the entire line, and that will suck down the packer device. This is a 6-inch packer, a specially made one because it's a little bit longer than the standard. This was made for a customer of ours in Dakota that had to do 4-inch to 6-inch transitions, and the minimum requirement was to do 6-foot repairs. Connect up the connection, tighten up on the fitting, take your air supply. The best pressure for the regulated air pressure for running the vacuum on this unit is 25 psi. So the first thing I'm going to do is take all the air out of this packer so that we can then load it with the spot repair patch, and then insert it into the pipe. Take the vacuum off, switch it over to air, turn the lights on, 5 minutes, you're done. So the vacuum line is open, the air line is closed. There'll be a little noise as this starts to suck in. Suck in the air. What's going to happen now is vacuumation through an air duct inside there to take all of this air out of the packer. It takes approximately, depending on the size of the packer, 45 seconds to a minute and a half, and this will take all of the air out, which leaves you a very small package for which you can wrap your spot repair in place. Now most people will ask, well, if it's so simple, what's the catch? Well, the catch is This is a UV activated resin, and therefore you cannot load the packer, you cannot operate the packer if you're in direct sunlight, because the sunlight gives off UV rays and that will kick off the material. The standard packer length that we produce from 4 inch and 6 inch is 5 feet long. That allows you to do up to a 4-foot repair. The material is supplied, it's a non-VOC resin, so it can be shipped anywhere overnight, no carcinogens. So basically you'll take the repair mechanism that you need, if it's 2 foot, 1 foot, 3 feet, or up to 4 feet. You'll take the material, you'll wrap it onto the packer. As you can see, when it's under vacuum, it's very small. So once the material's wrapped around the packer and you've taped it off, you will then take this device, which can either be pulled into place through the hook on the front, or you can be inserting it through the clean out through the pit down to the location where you're to carry out the repair. Now, typically what the operator will do with his camera, he'll push the camera down the pipe, locate exactly where he wants to put the repair, mark the cable on his TV cable, pull that above ground and measure and transfer the measurement from his TV cable to the push rod. That way he puts the packer device exactly where the camera was. So when we load this packer, we typically start from the middle. These are pretty rugged, you can throw them around. So we would measure from the patch in the from the middle of the packer to place the patch, spot repair. As I said, wrap it like a burrito, take it off. Because of the sunlight, you would take this device, put it in a nice, expensive, UV resistant bag or device, like a heavy-duty trash bag. Because it's a UV resin system, there is no time constraints. You're not under the gun like the ambient cures or the heated cure systems. You can stop and start. You can get in the middle of doing the job, and so long as you haven't inflated and turned the lights on, you can pull it out the pipe, put it back in the trash bag, come back tomorrow. Start it all over again. So that's the vacuum side of the control box. You take the air off. Now let's imagine that you've placed the packer in position on this packer, the spot repair, sorry. Now you've taken it to the job site and you're inserting it into place. Once you've inserted it into place and you know you're in the correct position, you would change the valve system from vacuum to air. And then you would apply the air pressure to your air inlet side. Nothing will occur until you open up the control valve. And prior to this, you would normally, on every packer size, you would take a 3-inch, put it in a 3-inch pipe, pressurize it, make sure it's nice and tight, register what the pressure was, and then when you're down in the real pipe on the same 3-inch, you would do exactly the same. The same for the 4-inch, same for 4-inch and 6-inch. So knowing what the pressure would be is a key component. So we're going to imagine now we've pushed this into place. We're going to turn on the air. The valve's open. The pressure is coming in. And you want to set it for about 2 psi initially. Allow the air to get in, displace the vacuum side of it, and it'll start to expand. This typically takes about a minute, minute and a half on 2 psi. As you can see, it's starting to fill up. You can see on the control station, if you can There's 24-volt supply. There are no amps being run because the lights aren't on. When the lights are on, you'll register the amps, and that tells you that the lights are on. If you follow this down inside the pipe, your camera will see that the lights have come on. Basically, we have three devices that we call the LSR Mini, the LightRay Spot Repair Mini, the LightRay Spot Repair Regular, and the LightRay Spot Repair Pro. So as you can see, it's now inflated, very close to the size of a 6-inch pipe. It's reading just over 3 psi. At this point, you can take the pressure up slightly. If you over-pressurize this, you are likely to blow the packer. So we've built into the system a pressure relief. And if you exceed the 20 psi, this pop-off valve will expand and open up. So now we're inside the pipe. We've expanded the spot repair material against the hose pipe, and we're ready to rock and roll. By turning on the lights, this will in turn activate the resin on the spot repair, and in 5 minutes, whether you're in the Arctic Circle or the Sahara Desert, because it's a non-temperature related resin system, it's a 5-minute cure. So set your watch, 5 minutes, monitor the pressure. Once you've reached your 5 minutes, turn off the lights, turn off your air, disconnect your air line, close the airline valve, open the air vacuum line, now you're still down in the pipe, it's still inflated, so it's not ready to pull back. So by applying the vacuum side, this will speed up the process, suck the air out of the packer device, leaving in place the spot repair that you've just placed. So you've got a new pipe inside the old pipe. 30 to 45 seconds, then you'll be able to withdraw this from the pipe, take it above ground, re-inflate it, clean it, wrap it up, ready to do another one. Essentially, that's the control mechanism, the LSR Pro. The same system is in the LSR Regular and the LSR Mini. The difference is it's not on a reel, it's loosely formed, it has a control box, but it's loose push cable. One has 45 foot, that's the Mini. The Regular has 90 feet. So at this point, you'd probably be able to pull this out of the pipe while it's still sucking down. And as I said, once you get it above ground, the best thing to do then is to re-inflate it, clean it off with acetone, ready for the next planned LightRay Spot Repair.